Okay, we are live. Welcome to your weekly BYOB, where you are here to build your own business and be your own boss. And we're going to start out with our wins. So you can put your wins in the comments, or you can share them out loud, or you can put them in the chat, and we're going to cheer for you. So what are your wins last week? I'm not going to start tonight. I'm going to see if anyone else wants to start. I've started every week. I know I'll start. Anybody else want to start? Anybody else out there want to start? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm just kidding.
A win from last week. Last week. I guess I technically meet my goal last week for January.
Yes, you did, girl. So exciting. I'm so proud of you. Woo! Yes. And Karen, yeah, we're so excited you're here. I wish I could give you a big hug.
Hi.
You look so beautiful.
Well, you're funny.
Oh, you're funny. Okay, well, you didn't miss much, so that's good. We just started. We're sharing our wins for last week. And so just to give you some clarification, we really like to call a win something that you did to work your business with intention, or something that you experienced. Maybe your win is just being here and showing up. Maybe your win is, like Leah said, she finished her January goals, and she actually crossed over like more than she went above and beyond, you know what I mean? And that's so exciting. And she probably impressed herself because first she thought she might not have any more people. And then she had 2 killer parties already in February. Sorry, I'm sharing your win. So we're so excited for you. And so you can either put your wins in the chat, or you can say them out loud, or if you're watching on YouTube, I haven't had a chance to check to see if we're having people watching yet, but you can use the comments there as well. I just like to check to make sure that we're live and it's working, because I'm so good at technology that sometimes it's not. All right. So do you have any wins you want to share, Karen? No pressure.
It showed up.
That you showed up. Yes. Oh my gosh. I know. That is a big win, because when it's a new pattern and something new, it's always great to celebrate the small wins, right? Like, do not despise small beginnings. I'm pretty sure that's biblical, right? Anybody? So, we'll take it. And you guys, speaking of biblical, okay, this is an open invitation for anyone in our unit, especially the 2 beauties that are on here. We do a 6:30 a.m. devotional call with the Sharp National Area. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. You don't have to be coherent other than to have your phone on and yourself muted if you've got noise around you. But it has been such a life-giving addition, and you get to experience it for 1 month. And then if you want to come back, there are some qualifications that you get to meet, some accountability to make sure that, it's a place where there's growth, because it's a leadership call, but it starts with the devotion, and we read the Jesus Calling devotional, and it's incredible. I love it. We all share our takeaways. You hear testimonies of how God's working in, through, and around people with their business. And then whichever director leads, they always do some sort of like mini talk, training, whatever. But it's not like anything heavy. It's like somebody shares about, like yesterday, one of the days we talked about this layering sheet that I'm going to talk about tonight. So it's really good stuff. If you have any interest in joining it, you can let me know and I will give you all the details. But it's 6:30 to 7, but like you can be in your bathroom, in the shower. I mean, I've done it like that. Like, you don't have to talk if you don't want to. So you don't have to be like just listening, right? Like, lots of people are on their way to work. You can hear some people are in their cars. Okay. All right. So we're so excited that you're here, Karen. I love seeing your face. I'm literally like about to pee my pants. I'm so excited that you're here. So thank you so much for being here. I hope that you leave feeling excited and ready to come back. So, okay, this BYB is short and sweet. Like, it's 3 10-minute segments. First, we share our wins. Second, we're going to talk about some sort of ingredient or product. And so I wanted Leah sorry, Leah, I didn't give you any notice on this.
Dude.
To give me, we're gonna put Leah in the hot seat, and we're gonna talk to her really quickly about the virtual beauty bar, because she has now held 13, 10 or 13, maybe only 10, but still, it feels like a lot.
I don't even know. Was it 10? I don't know. I didn't even think it was that many.
Oh, it's been 10, girl. It's been at least 10, but I thought it was more. But 10 virtual beauty bars. Okay, so Leah,
Yes.
can you give us your perspective? By the way, this is not school and there's no wrong answer. So give us a snapshot of what a virtual beauty bar is from your perspective as a brand new beauty consultant.
Um, from my perspective, I think it's just a really good. A lot of people don't want to do in person anymore, so I think, especially if you're new, it's a good way to put your foot in and see if you like it, and you don't have to go anywhere. You just talk through your screen, and I've had Montana with me a lot, so she's been a big help so that I can learn. It's a good way for you to watch and learn and figure out what you want to say when you host your own. And I actually did host my own because Montana was working or something that night, and I'm not nowhere near as good as Montana, but I think it went pretty well. So, it gives you a lot of confidence, I think, watching and learning through not having the nerves of being in person and being like, oh my gosh, what do I say? What do I do? It's just way more laid back.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. And yes, Leah, I literally was like, hey, by the way, I'm not gonna make it to that one. So here's the bag. I had praise band, and she did it. She was fine. She did great. I think you had over $300 in sales at that one. It was like 200 or 300. Like, and I wasn't there. I did nothing. I was like, you don't need me anymore. And she's like, I need you. I'm like, I know. I don't want you to need me. I want you to always want me. Like, I want you to always want me there, but like, I don't want you to have to feel like you need me there. Like, that is not the goal. The goal is to raise them up so that they can blow past me, really, truly, because that's the life-giving part of this business. So, yay. Okay. So just really quickly, so Karen can have a view, and anyone who's watching can have a view of what the virtual beauty bar is actually. Specifically, Leah's right. That's what the picture of it is. And they're intended to be like 30 minutes. And so if you're a seasoned consultant, you're going to take this from the perspective of like a makeup bag refresh. Okay. So these are maybe customers that you've had for a long time, or customers that maybe you have been a little disconnected from. I mean, I'm guilty of it all the time. You guys, have been in this business for 18 years. There's customers that have drifted that then come back, that then drift, and then I bring them back. Like, it's just herd them back into the circle, you know? And a lot of times it's me, it's not them. So I'm going to put all the responsibility on myself, because life gets in the routine, and we all kind of think that thought, like, oh, I don't want to bug them. But every time I'm like, hey girl, I've missed you. They're like, oh my goodness, yes. And I need blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, that's perfect. And it's not like I'm trying to sell to them. We're just touching base, right? But you do tend to get in a routine, and that's okay. And so we're gonna work shorten the routine to contain more customer service. We're going to talk about that tonight, which is why I wanted to talk about the virtual beauty bar. So you show the miracle set. Depending on the age range, you either show the miracle set or the repair set. You do not talk about both. And last night's perfect example. Leah did her first in-person. We did it hybrid. So I was here virtually, and she was there in the hot seat with all the people. And it was actually super fun. So I hope you had as much fun, Leah, as I did. Like,
I did.
trying to like, I mean, I don't know why I like kept moving, and her one guest was like just an arm. She was like, hey, because like she was on the other side of the camera. Anyway, you show the miracle set or the repair set. You show the cleansing brush, and you show the micellar water and the oil for eye makeup remover and the micellar water. You talk about microderm, you talk about charcoal mask, you talk about the eye patches, and you talk about satin hands and satin lips. These are standard, industry standard products. They're head to toe care, but not specifics like mascara. And I had an idea to Leah, maybe you can help me with this. And Karen, I always love everyone's input. How could we make a virtual beauty bar color edition? Because I think that would be fun too. Like, to show like these are the basics. Like we have so many, like finishing spray, our brush set, fantastic. Our primer, amazing. Like they're all of our eyeliner, or what are those things? Mascaras. Like so many good products that like we don't have commercials. So we get to be the commercial, you guys. That's what this is. We're a commercial, okay? And when you put yourself in front of people and you tell them what you love or just what's available, that's when you're going to get sales. So if you want sales, you just go, oh my gosh, I love this. And they're like, oh, I think I might love that too. Let me get one of those, right? But you have to be willing to put yourself in the hot seat, like Leah's saying, and just go outside of your comfort zone and share what you love. Okay, so the virtual beauty bar is supposed to be short and sweet. We show pictures, we show before and afters. We talk about the products. Nobody's sampling products. Last night, Leah did do her, they did an in-person version where people did sample the products, but I mean, Leah, did you feel like it went smoothly on your end?
I thought, yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
also felt like it went really smooth. And sometimes I know, Karen, you've experienced this because you've been in the business for a minute. In-person parties can be really long. Like everybody wants to see everything. I'm like, listen, you gotta take me on another date if you want to get more milk, right? Like it's just you can't have everything all at one time because you would be doing them a disservice. You want to make it about them. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't give you these most important things first. But at your second appointment, we can do all the color that you want, right? So we showed that, and then we showed the closing sheet, which has everything on it. They get a little deal. If they buy a skincare set and the brush, they get the makeup bag or the roll-up bag for free. Okay. And then we close them with the 3 Ps. What do you want to purchase? How do you want to party with us next time to get some free product or at a discount? And how do you want to partner with us going forward? Do you want to do the coupon club, or do you want to do a coffee chat and consider Mary Kay as an option for you to make some extra cash, or, or more than extra? You can make extra, right? And literally everyone needs extra. Like I need extra. I have access to it and I need extra. Like it is, if you feel like you reach a point where you have too much money, you just give me a call. I'll help you find other people that need it. Okay. But the virtual beauty bar is a great way. Like I said, I'm doing makeup bag refreshes. Oh, you guys, do you want to see the new product in person?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna let all the people that showed up on Zoom. So if you're watching online, if you're watching on YouTube and you want to see the new products, we're gonna stay on for 5 minutes extra, and I'm gonna show them the new products. So that's your invitation. Okay, come on here on Zoom. Okay, so we talked about winning, working intentionally now. That's how you win. Working intentionally now. Now you can set what the win is. You can set that the win is going to be. Leah, do you want to share what you decided your win's going to be at the end of February, or am I putting you on the spot?
No, I don't care.
We're a family
2000
here. I'm a very open mother, so I ask all the questions. Sorry. Okay. Tell us again. Sorry.
2000 in sales.
And what are you going to do? What's the celebration? That's what we want to focus on.
Like, what am I gonna do with it?
No, what did you say you're going to take Mav to do?
Oh, I'm gonna take him to the port something. I remember it's called the Port Museum in Baltimore, like a learning museum.
The what museum?
Port something museum, like a learning thing.
Port Discovery, right?
Yeah, that's it. Port Discovery.
Yes. And that's going to be so fun. He's like the cutest little 4-year-old. He calls me Montanna. Karen, this is Maggie's boyfriend's sister. So it's been really, it's been like kind of a really fun extra to get to know Leah. Jason's great. We already love him, but I'm excited that Leah, it runs in the family. That's so exciting. She's the oldest, so she started it. So but you connected it to a win. You connected it to a celebration. And so how much differently do you feel? And you don't have to answer this out loud, but I want you to think about it in your head. When you set a win, Karen has done this too. She's going to take her family to do something. When you set it as, this is the tangible short-term gain that I'm going to give myself or my family, whoever's going to benefit the most, I'm going to give them that when I work intentionally now all month long so that I can maintain that consistency. And you guys, I can tell you, that is literally the thing that will keep you alive in this business. being willing to still show up even when it sucks. Okay, that's it. And working with intention towards something. If you don't have something that you're shooting at, you will never feel the drive to keep going. So it can be the smallest thing, like literally, there needs to be a win, even if you get to the 20th of the month and you're like, well, gosh darn it, I have taken all this month on day off. Like I've been sick all month, like whether physically or mentally or just life's really busy, right? But you gotta get, when you get to that point, you gotta say, okay, what's my win gonna be? It's gonna be dessert date with my family. And we're only getting dessert because I only work 10 days in the month. But you know what I mean? Like whatever it is, but you gotta have a win for yourself, because that's how you create the urgency. I know Leah has a dream to be able to give more to her church. Karen has a literally, if I say it out loud, I might cry because I have had a day where I've cried a couple times, and you know how that goes. But she once told me, and Karen, you can tell the story if I butcher it, but that she would like to be able to host baby showers for the women who have babies connected with what is that center called in Elkton?
The Cecil County Pregnancy Center.
Like, you know, those
My
women,
sister-in-law worked there.
oh, you know,
So
like those,
sweet. I love that.
they don't have, they're there out of a desire. Like they're not there because they're excited. They're there because that's their support system, right? And so you can imagine that like attracts like, and maybe their family support system is also not able to give them all the things, right? And so Karen said, like, I want to host baby showers there. And I'm like, oh my God, I want to go to those baby showers. That sounds so fun. You know, like how awesome would it be that our team, like we host a quarterly baby shower there, you know, like, and everybody pitches in. Yeah. Like, but see, if we don't share our dreams with each other, you know, and Leah, let's imagine that there was another mom on here that had a son that's like kind of average age, or a daughter, whatever, or like your friend, Kirsten, like Kirsten has a little girl. And so like imagine she comes to Mary Kay girl, maybe she doesn't, but like imagine that. Or like you get to connect with them and be like, dude, if you have like, if we like help me like figure out parties, like we'll take the kids to Port Discovery and I'll pay for McKenna, whatever. What do you call her? Kenna? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
No, but yeah.
my
Yeah.
business will pay for the kids. My business will pay for the kids, right? Like, and then you and Kirsten can pay for yourselves. But like that's what you get to do. But you got to connect it to something bigger than yourself. And you got to tell people at that party, you got to say, you guys, this is so silly, but thank you so much for being here, because you're here, we're one step closer to Maverick and I getting a mother-son date to Port Discovery. And he is going to be so excited. And I will send you all pictures. People love that. And they want to be connected to something. They want to be part of your dream. So on that note, we're going to move. And that is motivate, originate, visualize, and evaluate. Okay. So number one is motivate. Even just yourself. Okay. You have to motivate yourself. You get inspired by what you see, what you hear, what moves around you. The Lord, the Holy Spirit inspires us. But like, have you ever had the Holy Spirit tell you something and you're like, you don't have to answer that out loud. I'm not trying to cause conviction. I'm just offering a thought, right? I know I have probably, in the last 24 hours. Okay. So here's the thing. Motivation is our responsibility. The actual movement is only available to us. The one who moves the arm is the only one that can control that. That's me. Hi. So daily affirmations, positive songs, podcasts, celebrate other people's wins. When you're feeling like nothing is going right in your business, I want you to look around at our team. I want you to find somebody in your life that you can encourage, that you can congratulate. You become the cheerleader of life, and life's wins will chase you down. Okay. That's just the way that it works. Originate. You're going to go back to the basics. Now, Leah, you're already at the basics. So you're already ahead of the game because you're in the basics, right? But you're going to go back to the original things that worked. You guys, 2 or 3 years ago, I was at a very, a high point in my business. Like everything was, we were working at a high capacity. And about the last year, things had kind of changed a little bit. And I'll tell you, one thing that I got away from that I recently got back into was I had recorded, I told you this, Leah, an affirmation you came back in, that was, I had started doing it in October, and Leah she got the fire, Karen, you know how I get, but I was like, dude, you got to do this. Like, it's good. Like, and it was because I was literally just re-experiencing it. I had just gotten back to it, and it doesn't have to be Mary Kay related. Mine's not Mary Kay related completely. There is some stuff about my business, like I see 30 faces every month, and I'm working my customers full circle, closing the loop so that I have clients that want to be with me for life, because I want to be with them for life. Like, and I take it all the way back to, who God created me to be, the encourager of everyone around me, and the one who helps other people and see their unique, irreplaceable greatness by watching me live mine. And that is an intentional statement. Okay. That is not the norm. I mean, I don't know. Do you see people walking around your world going, God created me to be an encourager and help other women? You don't say that. You do not see that in the real world, right? But we get to do that. And even if you weren't a Mary Kay, if you use that in life, you're going to be a better version of yourself because you know whose you are. Because it's not about who you are, and it's not about what you do. It's about who made you. And that's the story that you get to tell everyone through this business when you work it with intention and keeping the main thing the main thing. But going back to systems, tracking your business, tracking your power start, tracking your customers, which we're going to talk about tonight in just a few seconds. We're going to be fast, I promise. Visualize, picture in your mind where you want to be, see it so clearly. Put yourself through that path daily when you're thinking about your goals. So you're not just going to think about what it's going to feel like to walk through the doors of Port Discovery and see Maverick's eyes light up when he sees all the things. You're going to be able to picture yourself holding the parties, putting out the facial boxes like we did yesterday. I'm sure you felt a little bit, ooh, do I really have to do this? I mean, you did so good. Like, I was like, I did not say anything, but I was like, in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna have her do it, because that's how you learn, right? Like, you're probably like, gosh, she just sat there. She didn't even do anything. She literally just sat there and watched me. I'm just kidding. But I remember being a new consultant and someone doing that to me, and I was like, I'm doing all the work here. What do you mean we're sharing these? Like, but I was doing the uncomfortable, get out of your comfort zone work, right? But like, that's the whole point of it. Like, you teach people how to do it. So when you get a new team member, you'll get to be on my side of the fence where you're like, all right, go ahead. And she's like, Karen had to do it. Karen did it, right? Karen, I put you in the car, and I was like, here we go. But see, you got to just rip a Band-Aid off real fast. But if you're going to visualize yourself doing those things, right? And then visualize yourself going back and checking that box, and it's overflowing with leads, right? Those are the things that if you picture those things, you then feel inspired to do it. And you're also telling your subconscious mind what to expect. And your subconscious mind is trained to look for things that you are talking about, right? Have you ever thought like you wanted a special bag or a special car, or like maybe when you were pregnant, all you saw was pregnant people? Like, that's your reticular activator. That's actually a part of your brain that the Lord made. It's like a spider web. What happens is thoughts go to it and they stick there. And then you like, if you think about it multiple times, that's all you're going to see. That's what you're looking for. Your subconscious is looking for that. So look for full facial boxes that you put out. Look for women that you're like, oh my gosh, I like love your shirt. It's so beautiful. Your eyes are so bright blue, and you become friends with people, and then you invite them to try the products, right? I wouldn't like try to pick chicks up at Walmart or anything, but I have met people that way. And when beginning my business, I met a lot of people that way because that's how I did it. And it worked really well for me. But here's the thing, you don't have to do it that way. But visualizing the process as much as you do the win. You also have to visualize the win, but the process is the part that if you're only celebrating the win, you're living in delusion. Okay. Right. And that's where I'm all the hands up for me. That's where sometimes I lose it, right? Because I'm focused on what it's going to feel like when I get there. And I'm building that castle in the sky, that glass castle that's very fragile. You don't want to do that. But we got to bring it back to the whole process. We got to walk the road, see ourselves doing the things that are creating the win, because not like 80% of this business is mental, meaning like it's up here, this little right here, making ourselves do and staying disciplined and staying focused and being willing to hear the word no 1,000 times so you can get to 1,001 where they say yes, right? Okay, and then evaluate. Sorry. Yeah, evaluate. Okay, you're gonna, I think that's supposed to say elevate, but I think I spelled it wrong. Elevate. Because when I read my notes, I was like, oh, wait, that makes more sense if it says elevate. So we're going to say elevate. Sorry. So motivate, originate, visualize, elevate. That makes way more sense. Sorry, my handwriting is sometimes really sloppy. Okay. Okay, so we're going to elevate. We're going to rise up, right? We are not going to stay where we are. Where you are was good for yesterday, but it's a new day. God's mercies are new every morning. He gives you new breath in your lungs, new inspiration, new Holy Spirit moving inside of you. Like, it's not new, like, oh, you get a whole new Holy Spirit, but you understand what I'm saying. He's going to put you in a new direction. He's got new people for you to bless today, right? And if we aren't willing to rise to the occasion, we are really the ones that miss out, because blessings have boomerang effect, right? You bless somebody else and it literally comes back and blesses you, because you are listening to God. You are co-laboring with him. And that's what showing up for the things that he puts on your heart does. And that's the obedience part. But we have to do our part. We have to move. We have to be willing to do more, to give up the minimums to reach for more. And so minimums change in your business. Like, what, you know your life better than anyone else. So you know where maybe you've let yourself off the hook, or where you've allowed your circumstance to become higher than your responsibility. And I am literally, again, I am a firm believer that you do not train on something that you are not willing to live out or have experienced in the last 7 days. And this is a lesson that the Lord has been teaching me recently, is circumstance do not negate responsibility. And if you've chosen to show up here as even a hobby, it's your responsibility to show up at hobby level for your customers and the future customers and the dream that God has laid on your heart to further his kingdom, even if that's you're just going to sell a bunch of products so you can bless somebody with the money, right? Like, and that doesn't mean you have to give all the money away. I'm not saying that. Like, it can be like you're going to give an extra 10% somewhere, you know? One of my 300 things that I'm asking God to help me do this year is to take $1,000, and I'm only telling you guys this, so I'm actually kind of sad that it's on YouTube. But my first part of the goal is to take $1,000 next year during Christmas time and hand out $100 bills to random strangers. Like, not like, and to me, like, I'm so pumped about that. Like, so pumped, because I mean, and you know, like, that's not necessarily something that, like, I will have to show up to be able to do that, right? I will have to take a 180 action turn from where I am now, but that's something that I want to work for, right? I want to be able to do something that blows my family's mind, but I have to be willing to do the work, right? Like, I want to visualize the journey and do the things that is on the journey so that I can enjoy the blessings on the other end and the fruits of labor. So being willing to reach for more, push yourself. You know, Leah got a little bit the real love for me too. Oh, sorry, Leah, you spend a lot of time with me right now, so I get to talk about you a lot. Karen used to that too. So, like, Karen used to spend a lot of time with me too, but now she has another cool job, so she doesn't get to see me as much, but that's okay. And I love her. I love you all the same. I really do love you all the same. It's just that right now all the stories have Leah's name in them. Okay. But here's the thing. She said, oh, she was talking about she wanted a couple, like 3 to 5 new leads for February. That's one of her goals. And I was like, oh, that's great. And she's like, I mean, I have those names that we got last Saturday. And I was like, so do you want to count those? Because you already have those. And she was like, no. And I was like, yes, that's the right answer. You know, but it wasn't like she didn't do anything wrong. And yes, in some worlds you could count that. And we could, if she had said, yeah, I think I'll count those, I would have totally let her, because I'm not here to micromanage your mojo. But I'm not going to be afraid to ask the hard questions that you might have to decide, where do I fall on this? Because someday, Leah, life might be different and you might want to accept that as the win, and that is a-okay, right? Because minimums are different in different stages of life, or what different intensity is. And if I think you're being a weenie, then I will send you a picture of a wiener dog and tell you that you might want to adjust. But I don't do that very often, because most people don't need that. I need that. I'm a person that needs that. Like I'm a stick motivated person. Like I need the hard love. But I also really quickly after that need the compassion, and I need, so I think that that's what most people need. They need one or the other, and sometimes both, right? Or the win, the celebration. So be willing to challenge yourself. That's a big thing for growth. Challenging yourself again is based on what you're working towards. We're not all here to be Mary Kay millionaires. Some of us are just here to make $50 extra a week, and that's great. Some of us are here to have girlfriend time. That's okay. But whatever you showed up for, honor that. Work with integrity based on what you showed up for, unless the vision has changed, and celebrate along the way, because that's what it's about. All right, let's talk about the layering sheet. I know I'm kind of over 7:33, and I told you I'll show you products. So let's talk about this layering sheet, and then here's what we're going to do. I want to show you the layering sheet, and then I'm going to send you the video that the original director, sorry, hold on. Push the wrong button. The woman who created this also did a training video on it. So I'm not going to go into the details, but I want you to see it because I want you to want to go watch the video. And like when I say watch it, like you don't have to watch it tonight. If you don't have time tonight, like you're not, remember, I'm your coach, not your boss. But the sooner you watch it, the more you're going to feel like you have a roadmap for how to grow your business. This is what I'm saying. This for me, I've been in this business for 18 years. I have never used a tool like this, but let me tell you how God works and how our God is so, so good. Praise the Lord. Amen. Every single day. It blows my mind. I love him. I feel like I live Ephesians 3:20. Like I'm so thankful right now. But on Thursday, I told Stephanie, I was like, I want to have something like the pink pop-up. Karen, you use those sheets, the tracking sheets for the pink pop-up where it had all like little boxes of things you need to do. And it just made it easier to follow the system, right? And I wanted to come up with something. I was like, Leah's so good. I was like, she literally, like, she just does the stuff. Like, she don't ask questions unless she has a real, like, you don't overthink it, Leah. That is a gift. I just want you to know, like, that's huge. And if you do overthink it, you're hiding it really well. But like, this is going to give you a roadmap for like the process of what you do with your customers. Like, we all know these things that have been in Mary Kay for a minute, but like, how do you be sure that you did check the box in doing it? And so this is the customer layering sheet. And these are the steps that you're going to take your customers through. So as soon as you introduce them to products, whether it's you've had a great conversation with them or they've attended something, you're going to put their name on here. Or maybe you use this sheet differently and like, this is my prospect. Like, these are people that I want a facial. Like, you know how I always tell you to make a list of 30 names, you guys? So this is where your 30 names might go, right? And then you go through the boxes, like loves the product. And loves the products means like they're using more Mary Kay, like, than just one thing, right? Like, not just like they came to an event, but like they purchased the product and they've given you some sort of rave review. Like, oh, I love this. Or you've checked back with them. You're like, how are you loving your post? Like, oh my gosh, I love it. Like the one lady today, a new skincare customer, I said, how are you doing with your products? And she's like, oh, well, she's like, yeah, it's good. It's really good. And I was like, oh, okay. And she's like, I'm using the rest of my current cleanser, but I did try it. I did try this one and I really like it. So like, she loves the products because she told me I really like it. I love it. Okay. So that's one. Sample pack. She's tried products, or I've sent her a pack. Hostess watched a video. That's like the Mary Kay information video that's 3 minutes long that comes with the coupon club. She's giving you referrals. You're gonna watch the video and you're gonna find out more on how to get these things out of your customers and what that actually means. Because again, I don't have to do that because you're gonna learn that through the video from the woman who created this sheet, which learned from the horse's mouth. That's what I always say. So the guest event, she's come to a guest event next Tuesday night, 8 p.m. live on Zoom. Still that dry mouth, Leah. I had it last night. I don't know what's wrong with me. But probably not drinking enough water during the day. Okay, so next Tuesday, 8 p.m., live on Zoom, we're having our Galentine's event. You don't want to miss it, and your customers don't want to miss it. So there's a link on boards for you to invite them to that, and a little script. But also, it's on our Best Life Beauty community in events. So you can go there, and you can literally go down your friends list and just invite them and like send them a message and invite them. The what women want survey, she'll talk about that, but that's like a survey on like questions about themselves and the business and all the things. The skin analyzer app where they scan their face and it tells them what products they need. We haven't done that with you yet, Leah, but we're going to work on that. Maybe this weekend we can try that. That will be a great thing for us to do next week when I'm not physically here, because it'll give you, maybe we'll try to book one of those this weekend so you can see how that works. Super easy. They're in the VIP customer group. They're in the Best Life Beauty community. They have helped you get a piece of your your pearls for sharing the opportunity. You've given them a recruiting packet. You've taken them to coffee, or you've done like a coffee chat where they ask you questions, you answer their questions, you get to ask them questions, And then finally the bold ask, which is, hey, I really have enjoyed spending time with you. I really believe that God has something here for you. Or I really believe like with your network of people, this is only going to be a plus for you. And if you absolutely don't love it, you're still at least getting your own products for 50%. Is there any reason why you wouldn't want to join my team? Like, you have to be willing to say, I want you on my team. This is why. And do you want to be part of my team? And then you zip your lip. You don't talk. You let them think. You let them talk. You let them marinate on it. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to share the video with you that HDK put together. She's a 2-time $1 million sales director, personal friend. So kind, so funny. She's a Chiefs fan, like before the Chiefs were cool. She's a BT before Taylor Chiefs fan. But so she's like a real Chiefs fan. But she's so sweet. She's a triathlete and a former bodybuilder. Like, she's like hardcore. Okay. But like in a good way. She's got a whole human side of her, which I love, because some people think like, oh, we're just Mary Kay girls. Like, no, we're not. We're like real people do real things. Okay, you guys. So the challenge is, before you leave, or sorry, here's your challenge before we end. We're going to stop the YouTube so I can show you the products really fast. Or we can set up a time when I can come see you girls and show you in person, because that's even better. But I want you to watch that video. That's the challenge. So if you're watching on YouTube, the challenge is watch the Heather Daniel Kent video that I'm going to send you. And I'm going to send the other girls that are here live the video in text. So have a good week. See you guys next week, 7 p.m. Oh, just kidding. Next week. Yeah, 7 p.m. next week. And then we'll have